So this is just... You're not going to be there super often, but there's one guy. Cephalon Cimaris. Another Cephalon. Cephalon Ordis is our ship computer. Cephalon Cimaris is the Cephalon who's hanging out here in the relays. He's a weird one. But also what you have access to in the relays is the Void Trader, whenever he shows up, and the Syndicates. So this is just sort of an NPC hub. There's humans here. Most of them you can't talk to, they just chill. But no enemies. Let's check it out. Got the main concourse. Got some other people hanging out here. And you have the various syndicates hanging out in these wings. This is New Loka. It is a syndicate.
New Loka believes that true humanity is the only path to cleanse ourselves of this suffering.
Fascinating. So what we want to do is you can get stuff from being part of a syndicate. You know, rank up by doing syndicate missions and stuff like that. And it can give you some new equipment, some new weapons, and other good rewards that we want. And as you can see, syndicates have allies and enemies, which means if you do stuff for one syndicate, that is going to increase your standing with some syndicates and decrease your standing with some syndicates. You know what? And then you have to pay money to join them. That's a racket. So it's not possible to be on good terms with all the syndicates at the same time. But you can do it with like 3 at the same time, which you should. And then once you've sort of maxed them out and gotten all the rewards you want from those 3, then you make the switch and hang out with 3 other syndicates.
You may explore the sanctuary for new knowledge.
This is Cephalon Cimaris. He is a robot. An AI, if you will. Can we talk to him? Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Knowledge is the path to the singularity.
What is this place?
I am Cephalon Cimaris, the destroyer, the immortalizer. This is my sanctuary. It will enlighten you, Tenno, should you assist me in performing synthesis. You will hunt the creatures I require and transform them into beings of the sanctuary. That is synthesis. Is this murder? No. All beings of substance die eventually, but only those forgotten are truly dead. The end of the Oricon wiped out untold knowledge. Through synthesis, we can rebuild and preserve, create memory immortals within this data oasis. Will you become enlightened, Tenno? Will you hunt for me?
Oh boy. So, that's basically the plot of Soma, right?
I see we are of like mind. The sanctuary will be your project too.
So, you know, what with the heat to death of the universe, eventually, like, everything will end. All life will die out. But this guy, this robot AI here, he's created like a simulation of reality. Where you scan enemies. You scan enemies and then you give that scanned information to Cephalon Cimaris here. Right? Yeah. Bam. Oh, right, sorry. Let's see, Siphon Trap there. And now you're like, why do I want to do that? It's because he also offers rewards.
This is how I can help you. Help the sanctuary.
Yeah, he can give you some good stuff for standing. And you know, you scan stuff and you get standing with him. That's how it works. That's how it works. And then, once you've scanned a bunch of shit...
You are hungry for the knowledge of the sanctuary.
You can join. You can jump into his simulation and fight enemies in the Sanctuary Onslaught. So that's what that the weekly Nightwave mission is for all of you who are wondering.
Synthesis will be the light that illuminates this creature, with your help, of course.
So you can get like daily targets that you scan and whatnot, but
The
you know.
sanctuary will go on without you. But can you go on without the sanctuary?
But that kind of requires you to have unlocked more of the world, right? Because otherwise you won't be able to get to the places where those targets are. Oh well, that's about it. That's about what we can do in the sanctuary or in this relay right now. Like you see, there still are, you know, normal humans, right? I guess. Not everyone is a corpus or a Grenier. Everyone's in shape, though. Wow. And some buff dudes. And dudettes. Fascinating. Alright. This doesn't actually do anything. Just chilling right here. Oh well. Time to leave the relay. For we have main quests to do. Yeah. In fact, no. Let's check it out. Once awake, Howl of the Kubro. Howl of the Kubro. Yeah, let's do that.
So the Corpus have recovered an incubator segment. This is an excellent opportunity. Go to Ilara and recover the incubator segment. Every Tenno deserves to have a Kubro by their side.
We're gonna get a doggo, folks. We're gonna get a pupper. A cute doggo pupper. Fascinating. This doesn't look like the place where one finds a pup. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
Okay, so this is a survival mission.
They've turned off critical life support systems. I suspected they might try this. Stand by for support. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
This is very straightforward.
Drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
All I have to do is survive for 10 minutes. However, there is life support that is currently, or it's ticking down. So you got those nodes over there where you can like just refill life support. Every refill will increase the gauge by 30%. So if it's, so long as it's above 70%, there's no point in refilling it. And then enemies will drop these little things that also sort of like just give you some life support back. Right? So, you know, if you kill things fast enough, you just won't ever have to refill the life support nodes. As you can see, I've already gotten it back to 90% just by shooting things. And then you don't even have to move around. You can just stay in the same spot and just kill enemies. But, you know, why not enjoy the scenery while we're here?
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Much kind of you, Lotus. So, you know, we're gonna loot the stuff. And then I guess the Lotus has an operative who's just doing stuff in the background for us, right? Zap. Looking for that incubator segment while we are distracting the Corpus here. We are keeping them busy. Ah, shit. Like, I wonder how many operatives the Lotus actually has. Hard to tell. It's quite unclear in the game world, sort of just how many Warframes there are. What's Canon? Obviously, you know, everyone's playing the game. It's like playing an MMO, right? not everyone can be the hero who saves the world, but in the context of an MMO world, I guess everyone is the hero who saves the world, right? But say, you know, in this actual sort of game world, right? Ah shit, this one hasn't spawned in yet, so I can't use it to regenerate life support. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have gone there. Like, is there... How many Warframes are there? Is there one of each? Is there one Volt? One Rhino? One Ember? Whatnot? I don't know. Sometimes I get the impression that this is how it works. Because I know that, like, a certain boss later in the game, he captured one Warframe and experimented on it. So now it's like just, you know, traumatized and in a sort of post-torture state. You know, that's the Valkyr. But all of the Valkyrs looked at. So are all of player characters playing that Valkyr? Or are they playing different Valkyrs? It's hard to tell. I don't know. Because, you know, if there is only one of each, then that means that there only exists like 40 Warframes in this universe. And I find it hard to believe, even though they are like impossibly strong, I still find it hard to believe that like 40 Warframes could actually sort of like turn the tide of a galactic war and just ruin entire civilizations. So there probably is more than 40 Warframes. But maybe that's just because, you know, there exists a bunch of Warframes that we don't know about, right? Because they haven't introduced them to the game yet. Maybe there's actually like 1,000 Warframes, but all of them are different from each other. And so far, we only know about the 40 or so Warframes that are currently in the game, right? That could be it. Or maybe they made a bunch of each of them. Maybe there are like 100 Volts, 100 Rhinos, something like that. Who knows? And I guess, you know, it could be. Like, why wouldn't you? You have blueprints for them. That's how it works. It can be crafted.
Life support activated.
But you know, since they are sort of synthetic beings in armors, I mean, it's a frame. So that could be it. That being said, that's still sort of a bit... That would make them a bit like Space Marines, right, I guess? Where like there's not that many of them. But they are super strong, so there doesn't have to be that many of them. You could wreck a planet. You could wreck an entire planet if you had 1,000 Warframes. You could have like millions of conventional troops go up against them, and they would not be able to probably kill a single one. But then again, you have Vor. And he talks as if he has killed Warframes. So does Vahek. And they don't seem to be that concerned by just a single Warframe running around. So that it kind of implies that the Warframes are killable. So maybe they're not these unstoppable god machines, right? Maybe you can deal with them. Because otherwise, if you can't, then just as soon as a Warframe just deploys on a planet, you would just immediately evacuate. If it's common knowledge that like, no, we cannot fight against Warframes. If it shows up, we're all gonna die. So I guess they are killable. Or maybe Vor only killed Warframes that were in cryosleep, right? Maybe he actually never managed to kill an active Warframe. And we were different, because we actually managed to wake up. Whereas everyone else who who Vor has like sort of found. Just plowed through them and killed them before they were able to boot up again. Right? That could be it. Man, who knows? It is like with all media, it's like with, you know, superheroes and stuff like that. Where like it's very hard to sort of define power levels. Like, how strong is Thor? Like, really, actually? Because that shifts. It shifts depending on who is writing the story. It shifts depending on what you want for sort of like dramatic effect. But it's like sometimes Spider-Man can lift a truck that weighs 10 tons, right? But that would mean that, you know, he could kill you with one punch. Obviously. So, yeah. It becomes a bit inconsistent. Although they have tried to sort of reconcile that with some writers. Most specifically, Superior Spider-Man, the comic where Dr. Octopus took over Spider-Man's body. So it was just Dr. Octopus inside Peter Parker. That sounds erotic. And he decided that he was gonna try doing the superhero thing himself, but just better than the original Spider-Man. And, you know, he fought against Scorpion. He punched him once and just punched his jaw clean off. Kind of killed him right away. And that's when he realized that Spider-Man is always, and always has been, pulling his punches. He does not hit you with full power, because if he did, he would kill you. And he knows this. But he's a hero, and he doesn't kill people. But then it's like... But that kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because if he is pulling his punches, that means that whoever he fights is trivial. Like, they shouldn't be able to hurt him. He should just, you know, it would be at will. He decides whenever he wants the fight to end. But that's not the case. That's not what happens in the comics. And that would be kind of boring. So, I guess he just has to have the same issue as everyone else with constantly fluctuating power levels. That's kind of how it is with a Tenno as well. It's hard to tell exactly how powerful are they. How many are there? How many would you need to take over the entire universe? I don't actually know the answer to this. Maybe we don't need to know, right? Maybe the answers don't think about it. Look at that. I got the incubator segment. That's another part of the orbiter that was previously locked to us. So as we're doing the main quest, one of the things we're kind of doing continuously is just repairing the orbiter. Fixing up shit.
Joy. An incubator. The only segment Ordis is glad their savages looted. I would be happy to help you install it. Ordis awaits incubator segment installation, operator. No need to rush.
Ordis is a bit schizophrenic.
Good. Now you just need a Kubro egg to start the process. Feral Kubro dens on Earth would be a good place to start looking. You found a Kubro egg.
I know.
Ordis will guide you through the hatching process. When complete, you will have to wait until the Kubro matures before you can take it on any missions.
See, it's been ages since a Kubro spread filth all graced this ship. Operator, drop the egg into the system to begin breeding. Drop it on the floor.
No, see, when I was at Earth before, I smashed a bunch of Kubro dens, and I got a Kubro egg. So I have an egg, but I need an incubator power core. Ah, shit. I need an incubator power core. They can be built in the foundry. The recipe's available in the market. I have to go to the market and buy an incubator power core. Ah, shit. Well, I hope those aren't expensive. I hope those won't cost me an arm and a leg. 50,000 credits to buy the blueprint and then 100,000 credits to build the incubator power core. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, they cost a million, quadrillion, gazillion dollars. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, look at that. Frodebeck. Yes. You have had the Orkin incubator segment for months and still have some producing anything, blah blah blah. Kubro. Batch of eggs, forests of earth. Yes. Just tells you where you can find Kubro eggs. Well, so we started this mission, but we can't finish it yet because it's gonna require tons of credits. Now you're like, well, where do I get credits? No, certain missions give you more credits than others. You want to do stuff like you can do excavation missions, but only like just do one and then extract. You can do same with survival missions. Just do them for the shortest amount of time possible and then extract. And maybe you'll get like 20,000 credits a pop for doing that. So you can do, I don't know, 7-8 survival missions or so. Each only takes 5 minutes, and then you have your 150,000 credits, and then you can continue. You can build the stuff. But since we don't have that kind of cash, that moolah on us, we're gonna have to put this on hold and start doing another mission instead. Ooh, look at that. I got something in my inbox.